And hello, hello, hello. This is Matt Bradley-Tschirgi, author of books like The Films of Eddie Murphy, Star Trek video games. Got a new one coming out next August, I believe, called Doom Video Games, DOOM. Be doing a stream here of digging into this Alone in the Dark 2024 game. Steam had a pretty good price on a bundle of all them, so I thought I'd pick them up. And a little change of pace with doing a lot of Dragon Quest. I'll be dipping back into Dragon Quest again, but thought it'd be, I guess, my variety game stream stuff just kind of trickles in here and there. So, and I like to mix things up, so why not? I played this, used the likeness of David Harbour, some other actors. It's a remake of the first game. Don't know how loose of a remake it is. And I'm terrible at these games, but I like the Lovecraft setting. I mean, this was probably the first, that first Alone in the Dark game was just so impactful, really. I mean, it was Resident Evil before Resident Evil was in a big way. So let's see how we go here. I quickly get my ass kicked. I'm just gonna go in easy. I'm playing this on a PC for those that are wondering. HP Victus Gaming laptop with the Ryzen 7 processor. The graphics card's like a 4060 or something, 4040. I don't know. GeForce. Okay, it's switched. So modern, old school, no extra systems. Now let's do modern. I mean, I'm wondering how puzzly this is going to be is the main question that comes to mind for me. Just what are the puzzles like? I mean, part of what's inspired me to stream this right now is in the news that Uwe Boll, who I've done a few books on, is in the works to do another Alone in the Dark movie. And of course, he directed the Alone in the Dark movie in the early 2000s with Christian Slater, and then he was a producer on that had a direct-to-video sequel that did not have Christian Slater. That had a martial arts Asian actor in the lead. I can't recall which one. And that was tied more into the Xbox 360 game. Anyhow.
So, your uncle. What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
In the original game, you could choose who you got to play. So I'm not sure if who plays the man or the woman. The man's Edward Carnby, intended to be the main character in their games. I forget who the woman's name was. So curious as to who they do this. And I mean, with these graphics, that's a good likeness of Edward Carnby.
But I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me.
Those subtitles being white, the readability is a bit tricky. And it's funny, that's the medium size.
Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
So it's talking about these kind of H.P. Lovecraft themes, where people being driven mad, and I mean, this is, at the beginning of the original game was like this driving in the swamp, right?
Is that why he's at your setup?
But it all takes place in one house where there's all these secrets. I think that's a big thing with that original game, and I hope they keep it with this one. I've tried to play this for about an hour, so not a whole lot, but curious to see what we discover.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy.
That's right. You got this letter.
Of being involved in some cult, and now they are also out to kill him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself.
I'm a bit surprised at the voice acting is pretty, subtle and a more film-like,
that people mean so
which
very
you see in games, but I think it's also influenced by things like The Last of Us, right?
Here we are.
The characters look good, a bit stylized. I think the lighting looks pretty impressive. In the cutscene, at least, I've seen the actual game. But it is, some of these shots
My uncle's not well, Mr. Carnby.
are pretty similar to what was in that first original Alone in the Dark
And what's
game.
my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone.
So I think it's her brother is in there, is what she said. It's part of this asylum thing.
Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
They might have done motion capture with this, with the
Exactly are we gonna
actors,
do
probably
about
so.
Jeremy?
He's seen some kind of business going on there.
Let's just find him first.
And he has that classic, well, it doesn't have the mustache like the original dude. It's a bit surprising. The other guy had a real Victorian mustache. And now we get to choose a character, right? Edward Carnby, played by David Harbour. That's a bit unusual. They say the actor's name right there. And Emily Hartwood, played by Jodie Comer. I don't recognize her. I'm just going to play as the classic Edward Carnby. That hair model's a bit stiff. The hair wasn't reacting to his hand going through there. I'm fun, aren't I? I'm just complaining a lot.
Hello?
Knocking at the door. You know, gotta have this haunted house set up.
It can't be.
Right.
There has to be someone around.
I say it's a house. I think it's an asylum. I don't quite remember.
Wait here. I'll go around back.
So, I mean, the original didn't have this much. Like, they had cut scenes, but they were pretty brief and to the point, and it's more like you would find, like, journals and stuff and read the journal entries to pick up the story, which is really what mainly Bioshock, stuff like that did. It's divided into chapters, of course, kind of another, you know, modern thing. Chapter 1. You're not even going to give the chapter a name. That's kind of lame, and I don't get to walk into the garage myself. I just automatically go into the garage. So I don't know how... I hate to say open world because it's all in a house, but anyway, curious as to how they do it. So this is kind of the modern stuff, right? Objectives and modern mode. Look for a way inside the house. Yeah, no shit. I mean, we're in the garage, which is connected to the house, maybe. There's a little... So, I mean, it's going for Silent Hill, Resident Evil kind of approach. Without, like, the crazy tank controls of the original. The original, like, it was such an early polygonal game, it almost looks... Or it does look, I would say, impressionistic. That'd be fun to stream, comparing it to this one. And I thought that original Alone in the Dark, like, it was atmospheric, like, the sound design was really good, but I think those graphics looked... the controls for the time were pretty bad. Like, it took a bit until, like, the PS2 era. Kind of... I'd say around, like, maybe 2003 or so, where the graphics got a lot better with the polygonal graphics. Ad break in progress. And so it's not giving us a mini-map yet. That's a little surprising.
It's too dark in here. I can't see
I
it.
agree, it is dark. Is it going to say push the button for the flashlight? Nope. It's going to be... What is called Alone in the Dark? Okay, what do we got here?
I need the key.
It's a locked door. That it cuts to a close-up of the locked door is kind of funny. I wonder if that's a specific close-up every time you find a locked door. I mean, frankly, you know, that's a big thing with these survival horror games, is you're finding keys to unlock doors, and then you're killing things, but also because it's survival, like you have limited ammo, right? You're trying to avoid all these attacks you're doing. This is pretty darn dark, dude. I'm gonna go back into here. Must be something I missed. If I pause, you know, there's photo mode. What are extras in here? I'm curious. Director's commentary. Let's turn that on. That's a feature I always like. I always think games, maybe they'll spoil something, I don't know. But one, I don't really care. And two, I think it's a feature more games should have. You know, back in the day, DVDs had special features. Games don't really get those. You could do vintage horror filters, 8-bit, letterbox, classic noir, sepia. Wonder what does 8-bit look like? And character skins, right? They can look just like, yeah, that's how they looked in the original. That's funny. I mean, yeah, if we play that way for a bit, I'm kind of curious. So the 8-bit kind of makes stuff look a bit janky, and that is what the guy looked like in the original. That's funny. I don't know if I want to keep that, but we'll... I like the idea of black and white. I think that one makes more sense to me. And how does it do director's commentary in this game, right? In some other games I've seen, like Alan Wake, they have like little balls, like these very obvious video gamey items that you collect, and then the director starts talking. So what do we have here? Oh, we said the same thing. Flashlight. Clue. How's that a clue? It's an item. Okay, we got the kitchen garden key. I see. Okay. And we can do our flashlight on and off. Great. Is there another item we missed? Speed at which they walk, you'd call them like a walking simulator these days, but...
Hello, and welcome to the developer commentary for Alone in the Dark.
Oh, that's cute.
My name is Mikael Hedberg, and
Okay.
I'm the creative director. You just watched the intro to our game, and...
No subtitles in the
a
commentary,
lot
that's
of
unfortunate.
things that you can see harkens back to original from 1992. This is sort of a common way for us to proceed. You will note that going forward, while hearing more of this commentary, that we often start out with something that we found in the original, and then we put a little spin on it.
So they do their own spin on stuff from the original. Good way to do a remake.
No
matter a remake, no matter how you do it, people are going to complain.
Crossroad. In the original, it just crosses the road and it narrowly escapes the car, but in our game, it gets caught by an alligator, and you can. That pretty much sums up how we treated the original.
For accessibility reasons, there should be subtitles on those commentaries. And can you add that there? You can't. That seems odd. I did turn off copyright music enabled because I'm streaming and I don't want to get whacked with a, content warning or something. I'll make subtitle size large. Why not? Curious as to what it calls large, although the other ones were kind of small. So we're going to use the flashlight. Does the flashlight have a battery? No idea. Are there those secret items here, right? You want to get as many items as you can. I don't know if there's a limit of items you can carry or not. It hasn't even told me how to get to the inventory screen. It's doing very little in the way of tutorial stuff, which on the one hand is pretty old school. But, I mean, here, this is a concession, right? And that it doesn't show the hand putting the key in the door. That's a little weird. Again, this atmospheric stuff is nice, right? You get the little light. And that a lot of it is dark. Oh, what was that? It was a little monster. It's a little dark. If that's the case, that makes sense, right? I'm going to go up here through the garden. It's really atmospheric. I think you just walked in the front door of the house in the original.
I'm not getting in there.
Okay, chain door, not getting in there. And I like that you're not fighting something right away. You know, you want to have that slow build. Oh, good old commentary.
Hello, my name is Rickard Ryberg. I'm the art director for...
They have to say their name every time.
Welcome to Dersero. Our version of Dersero is inspired by an old plantation, Belgrove, in Louisiana. Unfortunately, it's not standing today.
So inspired by a vintage
it uses a mix of
plantation.
Greek revival and Italian architectural style. And
It's a bucket.
if you look closely here in the
With a
kitchen
buck.
garden, you might spot some of it.
The commentary clips are briefer than, like, say, an Alan Wake. Again, not a lot of games with commentary. I would like to see more of it. I even thought about doing that for, I had developed a game based on a unproduced OV script called President Evil. And I think you can still find it online, but we wanted to do a commentary mode. I don't think we quite did it, but we did kind of a tutorial section, kind of making fun of those where there's just a lot of talking. When do we get to fight something? Not that the combat was ever good in the Resident Evil games. Stuff with the crow is nice, and this is a
This one big tree defends any conservatory.
greenhouse, or I guess as he says, conservatory. They're gonna be mutant frogs. It's a devil-worshipping cults.
What?
So that is going for kind of a soft-spoken, subtle approach, I think is appropriate and nice and a bit different. The housekeeper's key. So we're collecting keys. Again, action-packed. A lot in the dark stuff. But there you go. Thought I just was hearing the game noise, but it's my cat snoring. trying to get this extra stream in because I'll be on vacation, not able to do it for a bit. Okay, we completed some quest stuff. It says find, I missed what it said, find the door. I mean, we're trying to enter further in the house, really. Let's listen to the commentary. Like the wet floor is a nice touch.
So now we're properly inside Derceto. And since this is the start of the game, we don't have our character set up yet properly. So we don't have anything good or bad. We don't have any suspicion on anyone. So we wanted to play on the idea of it might not be a great idea to just break in somewhere. So both Emily and Edward are supposed to be normal people, and you don't normally go around breaking into...
Well, normal people, I'd push back on that. Carnby's a PI, investigator.
Keep a little bit of that tension and maybe...
Tension's important with Alone in the Dark.
While exploring the start of Derceto.
Family Bible.
Every day your silence
So, like, yeah, the original game had a lot of stuff like this, right, where you read it. This voice acted is nice.
Many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of
So just sort of
dust-covered
skimming this.
landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew.
As family members found comfort in the practice of voodoo.
Turned your back against us. I have started to look for
From the
help
French Quarter
elsewhere.
priestess writes with the New Orleans setting.
I pray you will tell me if
I'm
going
grateful
down
for the
a
words you
path
gave Mr.
that you
Hartwood.
find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been
Pistol, not just bullets, pistol bullets. Calling them pistol bullets
So
is a
in
bit
Mag's room,
strange.
we find her family Bible, where she's made a few notes. We find out she has a complex relationship to faith, and it involves Christianity and also
So mentioning
some exploration of voodoo.
Christianity and
Of course,
voodoo.
an interesting and
Which is a
colorful
setup for something
piece
later, I'm
or
sure.
theme for New Orleans. So we definitely wanted to include that. Here we find her searching for meaning, but also a way out. She, of course, is working from the
Or in
background
the
of
kitchen.
living through the Depression and the Dust Bowl in the United States. So this is our first taste for other faiths and even the seed
So
for
we're in a
the
kitchen.
cult that she will eventually become a part of.
More pistol bullets. They should be called bullets. That should have been caught in localization. That's so awkward. You might, if I was doing it, I'd put bullets and then in parentheses pistol next to it, because they're going to be shotguns and all kinds of, and not as much as an arsenal as likely as say like a Resident Evil or something, but still.
When the player first arrives
different
at the
bullets.
Zero, it's late sunset, and the sun is setting.
He talks about it being
We
late
chose
sunset.
this time of day
This
because we
light
wanted to use
through the
thick
window is very
curtains
nice. You get to see that in movies a
almost
lot.
each window
The golden
to
light, right?
emphasize the atmosphere.
And what is in here?
Also,
We got a
what
drink.
were after was
So that we got
warmth
a gun and bullets and things.
sweaty atmosphere.
Makes me think we're
from
going to
the
see
deep
some kind of a
sun.
monster here in a bit. And I think there's one more thing we wanted to get. Or maybe not. Yeah, what is this down here? We're just collecting bullets all over the place, man. In the room with the pantry with some meat being aged, right? I used to be a little bit of a butcher in a restaurant once. That was a hard job. Rat poison. Lagniappe means a little something extra. I know that from Gabriel Knight, a computer game also set in New Orleans. And some of these are secret objectives, it says. Some is forbidden knowledge. I'm not sure what that means. They're just kind of item, like collectibles, I guess. Investigation. I don't even know how to get to the screen besides how it just did it. Edward Carnby, PI. Yeah, part of the Louisiana State Board of Private Investigators. I was right.
Desetto, the old
So
plantation
the objectives are
beat
important,
was
right?
ready to fall, but kept alive by some starry-eyed carpetbagger
Okay, so it's not.
called
It used to
Dr.
be a
Green.
plantation and turned into an
Seeing how
asylum.
the
Got it.
staff couldn't even be bothered with answering the door, Detective Conley
So
figured
Emily's
they would
uncle
just
is okay. So
head
her uncle, not
inside
the brother.
and
Her uncle's
grab
here,
Jim.
and we got to open
You
the front
just-
door. Who the hell is narrating that? I'm not sure. So as a way to do collectibles, the Pirates of Pontchartrain. Yeah, I mean you did Pirates in the second video game of the original trilogy. So yeah. But I mean, you know, I think the presentation of this game is nice. I was talking to my friend Gary about this, and he mentioned, you know, it's a bit slow, which I think is true. Lagnacks carry over from game to game. Some can't be completed without playing both campaigns with both characters. That makes sense. So that's cool. They mix it up with slightly different items, maybe even different puzzles, depending on who you play as. I can't recall at all what the difference was in the original, depending on who you play it as. But, you know, this game, I would say, is good for atmospherics. Again, that beef stew, it should have some, like, motion there, right? But it doesn't. I mean, if you have any questions with Alone in the Dark, just let me know, and be happy to answer, or about writing books, or whatever you want, to a point. Be happy to chat about it. Okay, what do we got here? So it's a bit of a maze just to get to the front door. Taking its sweet-ass time with the plot. Ooh, what do we have in here? So far we're collecting things. Sabotage.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely
Okay.
ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak.
So does that mean the boiler's gonna explode, like in The Shining? Could it be?
Huh.
Why have a select button if it doesn't always do anything? Yeah, he just said it doesn't look safe. Broken valve. Maybe we gotta find the valve. If we walk through it, we'll probably get damaged, eh? Okay. We'll leave that be. Oh, more bullets. 21. How many bullets can he carry, dude? What's this saying here?
I like the fact that you start the game from the first floor, which seems so more natural than what I did for the first version.
Sounds
because
like the
as I
developers are
wanted
French,
the player just get out
which I
of
think
the
they were
house,
to begin
I
with.
needed to set it
But
in
he talks
another
about that
location,
you
so
start
that's
from
why
the
we
first floor in
started
like
from
the first game where you start, I
this
think,
version
from the
is
second
so
floor.
more natural.
Does that mean some of the same group as the original worked on it? I have no idea. If so, that's cool. It's always neat when people do that in games. And in movies, you see that more often where a director remakes his own thing. Or what I like one of the more obscure ones I like is when they did the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it has the same director as photography as the original, which that's kind of fun. Going up some stairs. We gonna let the lady in? Possibly. We should be able to pick up that magazine. This game is all about rating stuff. And yeah, a bit with the New Orleans swampy thing. You know, Resident Evil 7 has a bit of that. So that's locked, I guess. What does the commentary
This
say
room is
about
probably
this?
the first room where we properly see how much the design of the room itself tells you about the character. we clearly see that
Got the floor plan, so now we got a map. And there's nothing like a good map in these games, right? That's always nice to see. So we've been in some of those other rooms down below. Don't know what some of those... oh, I see, if we solved a puzzle or not. Interesting. So that it marks puzzles on a map is... I think that's smart. Like, it's not something I would think of necessarily. We got a key. Great.
part of the staff. She has her dress up. She doesn't have too many frivolous things. She's quite a serious person. And yeah, it also leans in.
Oh, I
it
see.
tells
We
us a
would
little
select
bit
the key,
about
I suppose, but that's
how
not the right
creepy
key.
She might be even before we have met.
From UI perspective, that's a bit weird. A lot of drinks for health.
Sunday, June 22nd.
So another diary.
I spent all day looking for Jeremy.
They should probably have the
Should
year
care
in the
for
diary
others,
entry,
but
but
I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday.
so it's highlighting
I
parts in the diary that are
But the company
clues.
didn't send a new key this time around.
Strange
The
rot
box is
permeating the
just
house, so
sitting
yeah,
there.
pretty atmospheric. I'm not letting you read through the whole thing just because I want to get further in the game, but that they did the voice acting for all that stuff, I think is pretty cool. There's the old map. Okay, got it. Oh, where's the front door, right? Where the little white thing. Do we even know where the front door is? There's a lot of the ground floor we did not discover, right? Bolted door. Okay, that's the one that's different from being locked. Does that mean we can climb up more stairs, maybe? Because that's the door. Oh. So I guess this one works. Into the piazza, it says. Spooky. This is up beyond those gardens. I mean, also all these statues with the hanging vines and stuff is a bit like some of the imagery in that movie in the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I went to college in, well, primarily in Savannah, Georgia, and you would have this Spanish moss hanging over everything.
I need the key.
He needs a key. I mean, that's a classic thing in these games, right? A lot of the character going, I don't have the key, I can't do that. So you're doing kind of graphic adventure elements from a game like King's Quest, combined with kind of action, and not that we fought anything yet, but kind of action stuff going on. The Picayune Post, okay.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported
This
goods
voiceover is
in
a
an
bit
act to protect
tongue-in-cheek,
American
I'd
labor.
say, compared to the other
Following
stuff.
the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on
Smoot
October 24
Harley
last year,
Terrifact. I mean, this is real
American
new stuff,
industry
talking
has
about
suffered greatly.
superstitions.
Thousands of companies
Right.
have gone bankrupt and left a large
Oh,
part
okay,
of the
author
American
seeks
workforce
asylum.
unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act
Talk about rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home, which is where we're in, her home verified. Derceto Hospital is no plantation building on the shores of Lake Pontchartrain. The residing doctor is Dr. Gray. This thing is a convalescent home, a place where you go to rest. So she's been admitted, but she's a powerful Creole voice who's written many successful books. Lately, as a part of the Hollywood, she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. Oh, that's reference to Alone in the Dark 3. Funny. Which that one took place in a movie studio for the Western kind of Slaughter Gulch movie. And I think at one point you're reincarnated as a coyote in that one or something. A lot of strange shit. I see. So these different things will unlock items, so you're not just collecting things just for the sake of collecting them, which is nice. A lot of locked doors. So we can see So I mean, this is definitely a bigger area than in the first game. A lot more rooms, which is cool. Oh, so we're not solving puzzles like we should be.
Thanks.
That's a bit of a bug too. You go to the map and then it brings up the mouse cursor.
Pardon me, excuse me.
But all of a
My
sudden
name is
someone
Edward
popped up.
Grundy,
We let
private
the
investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind.
our person
This
in.
is private property. You can't just
She
barge
seems to
in
be a
here.
maid. I don't know if
I'm
she's a
sorry
ghost or
about
a
this, but
monster.
I'm looking for my uncle. It's urgent, and no one was answering the door.
And looking for her uncle is the main
You're not
objective.
anymore. None of us can.
Who is your uncle?
There's not all
darling?
these characters talking in the original. It was
Am
more
I
like you're
right?
alone in the house with
She has that
monsters, if
hot
memory
look,
serves. But
doesn't she?
That's right.
they're doing a
I'm
creepy
Emily
family thing here,
I
right?
just came
Which
to
makes
make sure
sense.
my
We're gonna
uncle
make it
was
more
alive.
narrative
Well,
in the original.
he's unavailable right now. You will have to come back another day.
So they're saying the
Unavailable
uncle's
how?
not there,
Is he sleeping? We can wait.
right?
He's lost.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who's your man again, Miss Hotwood?
This acting is a little more
Edward
over the top
Hornby.
than Heartwood.
Private investigator.
It's always tricky when they do southern accents,
Enough,
right?
all of you. Get back
Are
to your
you
rooms.
Mr. Hotwood?
Coffee. Keep your eyes on the child. And you two, please leave immediately.
Well, this would be a
We're not
short
here
game
to
if you
cause
left.
trouble. Just let us see the old man, satisfy the curiosity of my client here, and we'll be off.
Client was the word I was
Jeremy
looking
has gone
for.
missing. There's no need to worry, but it might be some time before he turns up.
So
The whole staff.
we have to be skeptical of what these people are saying.
He ran off.
But they're saying that he's missing
I
on the
don't
day
have
they
time
come to
for any
find
of
her.
this. Please, come back
But they're
tomorrow.
just saying to come back
In that case, we'll
tomorrow.
just wait in his room. You don't mind, do you?
Eh,
It's upstairs, right?
funny.
Wait, you can't.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
We'll be discreet. So I mean, you have some humor
Corridor.
there.
It's the first door on your left. I'll tell Dr. Gray you're here.
We'll meet the,
Excellent. Thank you.
you know, this
Madam.
cast of characters in the house. No combat yet is a bit surprising, but I'm curious as to what it'll be. They hit you with a monster pretty early on in that original game. Not sure. I might adjust the settings. The frame rate was getting a little jittery there. But then
Alright.
just doing recommended
Here we
settings
are.
at windowed 1080
See if we can pick up any clues.
p resolution. And that is that little frame flash after a cutscene. It's another bug I've noticed. Look at all these items. Like a pig in shit here, all happy. Steamer trunk.
Here we are in Jeremy Hartwood's room.
Is this the room of the
It's
uncle?
Interesting to note that in the original game, he was the catalyst for the whole story to happen. The idea that he commits suicide by hanging himself in the attic is why we're playing the original game. Again, for our version, we wanted to see what if he doesn't kill himself and how would
Yes,
that
in the original
change
game, the
things.
uncle killed
And
himself, they
if you
said, but
play
he's
the game, you
not the case
understand
in
that
this.
it changes it maybe a little bit more than you would have thought, but that's one of the main premises of how we approached this sort of love letter to the original.
Every night the dark man stands opaque.
So it's 5 pages. Again, I'm not going to read all this because I'm streaming, but if we wanted to, it's there. It talks about a dark man. The dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room. So, unexplained supernatural stuff. The skull. That's like stuff you paint, and you see paint stuff right there. It's like still life. And we can talk to,
I found a book full of peculiar notes. Have you heard of something called Tarawea?
No. What's that?
I might be reading too much into this, but I think it's the place he wants to go to.
we're trying to, this is having more
Sounds
of a
like-
mystery of what happened to the uncle, and that the uncle is still alive as far as we know.
Here in Jeremy's room, you can see a lot of paintings and sculptures, which is made by Jeremy himself. Him being a kind of a madman, we tried to.
So again, this is kind of very simple compared to a puzzle you get in the original, but we found a piece of tile and we put the missing piece here. And now we gotta, you know, I really don't like these. Like, this is kind of the classic sort of puzzle, right? Where you swap the,
which is symbolic for the darkness within and Dark Man as well.
you know, you put the tile in order and we get more items. Yay! How interesting. It's like
you know anything about this? Looks like some sort of talisman.
No, I don't. Oh, help me out here.
What is she even doing down there? Is it is she trying to get a print? Just a frame?
I would kill the guy, throw some of this stuff out. I'd be crazy too if I had this much junk lying around.
She undoes the book. What does she find?
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's a painted
Striking.
self-portrait of him, I assume.
I want to save this one.
To see. That classic sort of Lovecraft terrified look.
All right, come on. I want to go see Dr. Gray.
That dialogue seemed weirdly muffled.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
coming.
because of the kind of clairvoyant stuff he was experiencing looking at that picture. Don't know.
Miss Hartwood. Emily?
But where did she go? She walked out too quickly. We gotta go find her. I mean, so presumably the game changes quite a bit depending on who you play as.
What the hell is going on? Where am I?
And he's kind of tripping out now. He's seeing a New Orleans street from outside. Having visions, I guess. Investigate the corner store. Okay. That kind of jazzy music is nice. I'm liking that. So far, I'd say definitely a slow burn. A bit cheesy with some of those characters. I mean, it's feeling a bit more like, I want to talk about old kind of puzzle games. It reminded a bit of the Laura Bow games, right? Bit of that going on. Pistol bullets. Oh. He says, looks like we're gonna fight something. Whoa. Down in 2 hits. Classic sort of controls, and it let us get hit, of course, before telling us the controls. So it's presumably going to tell us how to heal. Be nice to know how to reload. It's just a 6-shooter. But why is he having visions? Why is the outside not the country road? Why is it a New Orleans street? Was there a magic spell in that, painting thing that he discovered? Don't know.
I can't go that way.
More pistol bullets. So this here with the street and stuff, that's very atmospheric. That's very nice.
For the French Quarter, we try to incorporate aspects from liminal spaces to get a more creepy feel without it being destroyed or too much worn down, because we wanted to portray some colorful quarters from New Orleans. So yeah, I hope you find it creepy.
The commentary things could be a bit longer, and that he says, I hope you find it creepy, is kind of redundant. Yeah, so what does this say up here? Johnny the Conqueror. Roots and medicine, it says. Okay. I already got a metric ton of items, why not get more?
Don't let them get inside, Compare. They're not the good kind.
It's talking about monsters.
Are you... Is this your store?
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's story.
Jeremy did this. How?
Pact with the Dark Man. Jeremy warned us, but
It's talking about the Dark Man, but is this like an alternate dimension or something?
Carnby. I was hired by Jeremy's niece to find him.
Oh, yeah? How much he paying you?
$150.
She's sure getting her money's worth tonight. Are you a thinking man, Compare?
No, not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him.
That's talking about his Jeremy's necklace, so maybe we find it.
Talisman?
Oh, the talisman thing,
That's
okay.
right. It's some magic charm he got from Miss Jackson down the street.
Interesting, so setting up more of the plot.
You know surprising things, Compare. Yeah, the Mama Loa. Here, take the key. I locked the gate to save her place from all the ghouls and goblins getting inside. Maybe if you go there, you can find some clues to show you the way.
Thanks. I'll have a look.
So it's being pretty didactic with what you do. Preserve reptile. Batiste keys. Walk around and see. Can we get money or something? Not sure, not sure. So the question is too, where? It says the map is of no use, but
I can't go that way.
other than him saying we can't go that way, it's not really clear where else we can go to, and that flashlight isn't especially useful, is it? So we'll keep going, seeing what we find. We just came from this way too. I've been in the real Bourbon Street, like it is a pretty narrow area. I bet it would look cool with fog. So we can't go through here either. So where can we go? This is where we came from. Be nice if it had some kind of a map. No mini maps, that's a bit interesting. They don't have that yet. Where do we go next? There's that little Johnny store. But the voodoo store is further along. We got a little monster there in the end too, so must be going somewhere, right? The pistol bullets, as it says, are full. I'm gonna wait till he gets a bit closer. Items can be thrown at enemies. I don't think we have an item to throw. Is this AI stupid? It's not even... Can you loot enemies? No. So we're going slowly. I mean, another sort of recent-ish game that I was playing that goes through some of these motions, right, is Alan Wake 2, where it's also more wandering around, less combat, but that has more of a propulsive story and those, frankly, smaller environments. Let's go in here, talk to the voodoo lady. That might be a good stopping point. No hand to open the keys. Again, that one just bugs me. Maybe a silly thing. Can we save the game? We can. It's also saving automatically, though. You don't have to only save it like typewriters or whatever Resident Evil did. I'm out of ammo, is that... It didn't tell me how to reload it, so I'm like... That it's not a separate key to reload is good, but that it didn't tell me how to reload. It's a bit strange from a tutorial perspective. You would expect more.
I always wanted to incorporate more of voodoo culture because I think it's a really exciting element that's related to New Orleans and, of course, the Caribbean. And we see a little bit of that here. We find a courtyard decorated on the basis of voodoo temples. Mainly, the most recognizable part is the veve, this sort of pattern that they use. Yeah, I think it was an exciting element that I wish we could have worked even more with.
The loading is slow. If we go here, we look at all these different lagniaps. Do we have 3 out of 3 on any of them? We do not. And No completed sets.
I recognize this place. It's Miss Jackson's seance parlor.
This is the
See if
seance
she's got any
parlor, it
information
says.
on Jeremy's talisman.
A lot of
Miss
commentary.
Jackson's seance.
Getting a bit sick of the commentary stuff. 'Cause it's not really insightful, so maybe I'll just turn it off. And extras.
It's the talisman, like the one in the painting.
Hmm. I think this is a good stopping point, but hopefully you like what you saw, and if you do, please give me a like or subscribe or follow, any of that. I will do more of this next time. I guess I'll save my game first. So thanks so much. I'll catch you later.